Welcome everyone back to our Division I League of Legends Championship here at Concordia University. Excited, we've had a big day of Division II, and now we're moving on to Division I. We have a great matchups, all four teams, great teams, and looking forward to a bunch of good matches today. So let's get into some rosters here.
So for Lincoln East, we have in top position Ethan Nguyen, Sauce Gardner. Jungle, we've got Jacob Islamov as Wana Hookup in jungle. And then in mid, we've got Spencer Valenta as Turnip. ADC is Juan Kim as Dwanton, and support.
And hopping over to the Creighton prep side for top aka Mutant Luke 27, Jay Anthony in the jungle, otherwise known as Fluff Bird 119. We got Blake Leach in the mid lane as Rattlesnake. We got Owen as the ADC or Oboe, and we got Zane Fox Hydro 19.
And after that, we are already into our band stage, so I'll let you guys take it from here.
No cure for fools.
Malphite and Yasuo from Lincoln East, and then Oric.
Odd dual ban there, I would say.
Yeah.
Ban the Malphite. What's the Yasuo gonna do? That's a huge knock.
Are you certain?
They don't seem to be banning out any particular person or role. They're just kind of banning what they're best at.
Seriously?
Seriously? Ban also coming out.
Lame.
Just Lincoln East on the blue side, right?
Yes.
I see.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Definitely every single lane trying to band out, know exactly.
Viego instant lock-in. We have multiple junglers that play Viego in this division. So I wonder if they're picking it away from the enemy.
And then an Aphelios, a very strong bot laner right now, especially mechanically dependent.
If
we
he
get
has mastery, that would be very scary.
Panda Fiora.
You're a
Go
top.
block in the
okay.
Fiora there. Blind picked.
Response to the Aphelios with Kaisa.
Are they going to look for a counter pick the top lane right now? No, they're going to choose the mid
Okay.
laner instead.
Interesting. They've picked completely opposite roles other than bot lane.
We're going to see we get a Talia in retaliation to the Vex mid.
Okay. So all Creighton Prep has left to ban is support and top lane, it looks like.
They're going to think a little bit about the ban.
It's
There's going to be a Yorick ban coming out.
Okay, interesting.
pathetic.
Talon
Talon.
in retaliation. Maybe going for the Talon jungle ban here, as the mid laner has
Interesting.
already been selected.
Yeah.
I do not tolerate
Right, they just banned out the top lane.
Very smart choice, especially with the Fiora blind pick.
Yep.
longer.
Going to be a Pike ban as the final ban coming through. Creighton Prep still needing to choose their support and their jungle. Unless it is, of course, Talia jungle.
That is true. That is possible.
Instead,
There's
it's going to
the
be Lilia coming
Lilia
through.
jungle.
Flame.
That will
Very
be
interesting
rough.
pick. They might finally respond with the Nautilus bot side. Very strong bot side, Nautilus Kaisa.
Yes, that would be rough, especially late game,
Yeah.
as Kaisa scales really hard.
Creighton Prep probably going to look for some disengage in the bot lane. And there it is.
Interesting.
Oh, no, they're going for the Nico instead.
Okay. They don't have much of a front line other than Fiora and Lilia.
Not much of a front line, but I would say they got a lot of burst when it comes
Damage
to the
in
front
the
line.
front, yeah.
With a big Lilia sleep, a big Nico ult can definitely come through. And
Yep.
it may be kind of easy for them to land such things when Talia might get a good wall
A
coming
good
across.
wall, split the team up in the middle. Vex ult could cause disturbance, especially with Viego's also being able to jump over the fight. Wall might not be able to block them up with the fact that Viego, Vex, and Kaisa have ults that can get them over that wall.
Exactly. And you can definitely see on from Lincoln East side, they got a more front to back type comp. They definitely have that stronger front line with the Viego Nautilus. And Gangplank as well sometime.
It'll be interesting because if Gangplank gets strong, that can be game changing with his one-shotting barrels.
Well, now we gotta wait for the 3-minute delay, so
Talk about the matchups.
What are these comps trying to do?
Gangplank's trying to win against Fiora early because Fiora's weak. She goes for the scale. Jungle, Viego is very strong late game. Lilia's kind of strong at
Lilia's,
all times.
All times.
Yeah.
Much of a mid-game menace, but especially
Yeah.
late game, she's gonna be uncatchable
She's so
starting
fast.
from around there. I also say top side, Fiora and Gangplank both very high scaling champs. I think it's a very skilled matchup
Yep.
coming to the top lane, especially with how Fiora is going to go about using parry and Gangplank using his W.
Yes. Timing will be very important. Bot lane, though, we've got two ranged versus a ranged and a engage. So we'll see how that works. They should be able to poke out Lincoln East, but
Yes, the only real disengage they have is Nico E in the bot side,
Yeah.
unless Philios, of course, has Gravitum and can just root Nautilus when he engages. I also see in the mid lane, it's going to be very poke heavy. I think Vex has a slight edge over Talia simply because Vex is a lot simpler to land abilities on.
yeah, it's true. Talia's a little more complicated. See how that works because it's both a mage matchup, so it could go either way depending on skill.
What I see here is if really Lincoln East gets a good engage, it's so easy for Viego to get a solid reset and then just start
Yes.
being the terror that he usually is after that.
Yep. Although catching Lilia will be very difficult, and Fiora, they're both very slippery.
Two very fast champs. Nico can also be included in that.
Yeah.
Nico W just runs straight away.
Never figure out which one it is.
Also, I just remembered Nico into Nautilus. All Nico has to do is W right in front of her and can block any Nautilus Q with that as well.
That is true. Timing and placement.
I really think both sides, if they play for their scale, I think Creighton has a slight edge, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be more how they just play these matchups
Yes.
one-on-one.
How laning phase goes will decide how the scale will work.
Alrighty,
We're in. Okay.
finally into the game.
Should be able to load straight in, and there's the game.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, go here. Wait.
Yeah.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay, perfect. Power is all up, and we are all set.
30 seconds until minions
Doesn't
spawn.
look like either team is looking for the invade here.
Good enough choice. Maybe you might want to try to just walk around, poke a little bit with the Nautilus, but fortunately, it looks like the game's been
has
paused.
gone wrong. Nautilus looked like he wasn't moving. There might be something wrong with his computer. So for anyone who was around in the Division 2 match, we also had to reset the game because a jungler forgot Smite. So how this will work is if we have to restart the game, they will just load in and have to choose the exact same champions again.
You could definitely see in bot lane, they both went for straight kill pressure. Nobody's trying to play safe. There's both 2 ghosts and 2 ignites down there.
Yup.
If you get caught out, it's over for you. You're gonna get bursted down and ran down.
Using those summoners will be very important to the engage.
You can also see there's a lot of roam on both teams with the 2 teleports in the solo lanes.
They all just mirror each other's summoners.
And the game
Okay.
has started once
We're
again.
back in.
Nautilus
Don't have
is
to
moving.
restart.
They just had a quick mouse problem, and they're still staying. We're good.
All right, there's a quick mouse problem, but it's resolved now.
Nautilus is going to maybe walk around up here. Just get
Minions
vision
have
and bush.
spawned.
Might not push any further. I'm pretty sure Fiora knows Gangplank might be in the bush over there. He's looking for a cheeky barrel. Both junglers starting on the bot side right now.
Yes, and with a leash. Neither top laner knows. And there we go. Meat
There we
Luke takes
go.
a barrel.
Gangplank with a slight lead now.
Okay. Nice even leashes. Bot lane's going to arrive at about the same time. Already, though, Viego looks like he's kiting towards his camp. Might end up ahead of the Lilia at the end of his clear.
Definitely. Gangplank trying to basically not allow Fiora to engage, but Fiora is getting a little bit of poke with her Q. He needs to play safe around his barrels, especially right now.
Yes. He's not very strong without his abilities.
Yes, especially with Fiora's early kill pressure
Yes.
as well. Lots of damage can come through.
Nice poke with the barrels, though.
Vex has Talia fully pushed in at the moment.
And
Lilia
bot lane has
not
pushed
ever-
in very hard. It looks like Gangplank is holding his wave in a freeze up top, which is very, very bad for the Fiora, who wants to be able to chase him down the lane.
Yes, Gangplank really just wants to chill with his barrels, just poke with Q until he can go in for the all-in on Fiora.
Yep.
Like there would be no action through mid with the junglers at the moment. Both just doing full clears. Not understanding.
Kaisa taking a lot of poke, but Hydro took a turret shot, which does a lot of damage.
Yes, there's no follow-up there because Aphelios was just absolutely pumping damage into the Kaisa.
Yes. Talia taking a lot of damage from that, and unfortunately missing one of her abilities.
Bot lane still incredibly pushed in, but they know there's no jungle pressure at the moment.
Both junglers have arrived top lane. Is there going to be a scuttle fight? And if so, who can arrive? Who can come to it from top and mid
Vex
lane?
definitely can come over there
Yes.
first with the lane state right now.
Doesn't look like either top laner is in a great position.
Looks like
Nice
Lilia's going to
parry.
secure that scuttle as well.
And then come gank top, whereas Viego went mid.
Gangplank, I don't think really scared at all right now. He's going to dodge the E,
dodge.
takes no damage. Viego says, I'm going to go down and grab the bot scuttle instead.
Takes, okay. Even trade because Gangplank was able to dodge the
Nico just putting down vision, going to be able to find that Viego hovering bot side right now. He's still going to go for a gank. He's able to force the flash out of Philio. An unfortunate pause timing right there.
Lilia typed in chat pause. We do not know yet. This is the second pause that's happened. So we can look so far at the farm because there's been no kills yet. Aphelios has 5 farm up on Kaisa.
No real discerning
yeah,
leads, I would say, right about now. It's more dependent on wave state, I would say. Both junglers equal because full clear, of course.
It does not look like bot lane Hydro can escape this.
Yes, Hydro is going to get caught out, and First Blood is going to go over to Kaisa.
Aphelios is caught. Alright.
Aphelios had to blow both sums there. Nico did not blow any. She knew she was caught out.
Knew she was dead. Couldn't escape.
Vex is still shoving in waves.
Nice
over
dodge
and over.
on the Vex. She's been out trading this Talia very well.
Yes. Talia is just not being able to do what she wants to do and get that wave pressure, really. Vex is just having a much easier time shoving her in.
Yes.
Gangplank,
Gangplank might try to turret dive this Fiora here.
It would be a very risky play if he does, of course.
But if he can land a well-placed barrel,
Ends up taking
he took a tower shot. That was well played by the Fiora.
The wave is definitely gone as well, so Fiora does have a timer to maybe try to go in on this Gangplank.
Vex is caught out, flashes out, and escapes.
Not able to pay the price for staying overextended for so long. Viego and Kaisa both picking up a new quiver.
Right.
First Drake has also spawned in, being a Mountain Drake.
Helios chose to take boots instead of Moon Quiver, which will make him do slightly less damage than Kaisa.
Adds more survivability, especially when he's down a little bit in lane now. Up a little bit of CS though. Gangplank is really trying to use these bushes to his advantage here. Fiora says, no, I'm going to come in.
She's
I'm going to
ulting.
ult you, actually.
She's going to chase him all the way down the lane.
Is able to proc every vital.
In front of him.
Does not do quite enough damage to get the kill. Tries to go in. Gangplank
He
flashes.
flashes out. That was well played by the Gangplank, keeping his calm as he waited for the Fiora to...
Unfortunately, Fiora didn't have enough
And then
damage.
they come in with
A
the
roam
double gank.
from the Nautilus, coming topside. Gets flashed on, Nautilus rooted. Viego is going to pick up that one.
That is unfortunate.
Fiora just didn't have enough damage to chase down that Gangplank, unfortunately, even after hitting every vital.
And flashing. That puts her behind in lane because she cannot teleport back. However, Gangplank will probably not be able to push this wave in time.
Yes, you can also see Lilia hovering top, thinking, I'm going to go catch this wave up here. Grubs are going to go over to the side of Lincoln East. Lilia almost finding Gangplank, though.
Maybe.
Chasing him down, has to land a W.
Gets him,
Gangplank
okay.
Is caught out.
That puts him much behind the Fiora. Viego is still on Grubs. Gonna run into the Lilia.
Oh, Vex is able to land an ult
bot.
from No Vision. Is on top of Aphelios. Aphelios trying to trade 1-for-1 with the Kaisa.
Got the Kaisa, okay. That was well played by the Aphelios.
Fiora not able to pick up a plate topside.
Unfortunately, wasn't quite enough damage.
Vex really just came out of the shadows there with a roam. I don't think the bot lane really expected that. Talia finally able to push up on her own lane though.
Vex's teleport is down, so she cannot come back immediately to pick up that wave. She will lose it.
You can see a 1k gold lead for the side of Lincoln East. That is also impartial to Gangplank's passive, of course, getting them a little bit extra gold edge.
teams are looking pretty even, although Nautilus is a level under the Nico from his roam.
Now
Top
look
lane.
at that. They just matched it right back up. Fiora still having pressure on this Gangplank as he isn't quite strong enough quite yet, especially not having first item.
Yes. Okay, Lilia is
Lilia's
bot
caught.
again.
I don't think
Kaisa
it's the
is
best
rooted.
engage here. Diego's
He doesn't
gonna try
want to
run
be
down.
here.
Kaisa has to ult
She
away
had
and
to
it's
ult
left.
flash to attempt to escape. Diego is coming in to kill the bot lane though.
Diego's
It
able to
does
pick up
not
one on
look
Aphelios.
like Lilia got the Kaisa.
Not able to pin down that Lilia quite.
That was a 1-for-0 trade. Definitely in the advantage of Lincoln East.
I can definitely see that. The Diego is going for a Kraken Slayer. Very strong early item, but especially very not the safest early item. He's going
Definitely
for straight raw
not.
damage.
No sustain for him.
First drag of the game is going to be taken by Lincoln East.
Recall straight out of it. And probably be back in time for their wave.
Gangplank cultivating a little bit of a slow push into the Fiora right here.
He has yet to ult, which could...
Tries to do the tri-barrel there, not quite able to hit it. Lilia just deciding I'm going to farm, as all Lilias, I mean, really should do. Very
Yes.
farm-heavy champion.
She looks like she's coming up top lane.
He may go for the gank, decides not to, especially
Nope, doesn't see
it's
him.
a little scary, especially with even when she has R, it's not going to be that good against
Yeah.
Gangplank as he can just W.
Which is a cleanse for all that don't know his W.
As he eats a lemon? Or I think it's an orange, my bad.
He eats something. Okay, fighting the Lilia. Last time she won this. Dodging in and out of bush vision. This is very well played by the Lilia. Although
Sadly.
Gangplank just does too much damage
Yeah.
for her to continue fighting him.
Talia still just not really able to interact with the laner whatsoever. Lands a slight knockup,
Vex
but
does
just
quite a bit of
no
damage.
Vex dives under
Yeah.
tower. Going to continue walking through, ends up in Lilia's jungle. Will Lilia be able to meet her, though, is the question.
Vex still has ult up. She is low. If she can land her abilities,
Lily does have sleep, though. Is going to get the
Drowsy.
sleep. Is she going to try and lands in the middle of the W?
Gangplank ult
Fortunately.
may have saved Vex's life there. She makes it out with almost no health. Ulting the minions.
See a flash from Fiora. Fiora predicts it, though. Gets parried.
Amazing parry by Fiora.
Diego being able to at least walk out of there, having to blow his flash, though. They will be trying for the 6th grub spike.
Doesn't look like anyone's here to contest them. Lilia's too far away to reach them in time. Although she might be able to get over the bush somehow. And
Yes,
the parry blocked on the barrel was very well done by the Fiora, but again, Gangplank does a ton of damage.
Nautilus trying to ping for a dive here on the Fiora. Lilia is going to come up there, not quite showing yet.
Now they know she's there. She missed her
Say,
E, unfortunately.
No, you can't dive my top laner. Tries to get them off. Tries to get
He's
some
trying
damage.
to get the Fiora, but is unfortunately ignoring the Lilia in the process.
Diego is going to appear. Gangplank getting to dangerously low levels. Going to decide to back off, not take the dive on Fiora top side.
Because Nautilus is gone, Kaisa is unfortunately left to fend on her own, taking quite a bit of poke.
And you can definitely see that's cultivating a lead for Aphelios in the CS department.
Yes.
Almost matching that of Vex's on Talia.
Jungle is almost even, but Viego has a kill up on her as well as no deaths.
Vex, yet again, showing lane dominance. Talia starting to do a little bit of damage, having finished her first item before Vex.
It's unfortunately a mana item though, which doesn't quite do as much damage.
Yes, trying to play for more safety, which is kind of good into this team. But I would say once you get caught, you're kind of gone.
You're either able to kill them or you die. with the Lilia and Fiora chase down. It's just a little too much.
They're definitely going to be looking to try to get a shutdown on either this Vex or Viego here.
Lilia coming down.
They will chase after Vex. They don't know.
Vex's
Viego's in
turn.
the bush.
Viego comes.
turn.
Vex is able to get the Talia almost instantly, and Viego cleanly sweeps Lilia away.
And as you can see in top lane, Gangplank is able to take down Fiora, even with
Yes.
the Fiora ult on him.
Very well played by all of them. Lincoln East now has a 400k gold advantage, which is quite substantial.
You can also see a lot of the main items being completed. We got Kraken on both Viego and Kaisa. But you can definitely see on the side of Creighton Prep a lot of safety, especially with the Rod of Ages on Lilia first item. Definitely not going to be able to crank out a lot of damage with that.
Whereas Viego and Vex are just going pure damage.
Nico getting 2 of her ult.
Gangplank ult came down, but they were able to escape
though.
with it. They
Lilia
have numbers
met with
advantage.
3 people to the face. Aphelios can't do
Taken
anything
out
right
with the
now.
CC. Aphelios? No, it doesn't look like they're going to dive him, but that was a 2-for-none trade again.
Vex continue to show lane dominance. Talia can't do anything. I don't believe we've even seen a Talia wall this game.
I
yet.
don't think we have.
They're
Not
gonna
quite willing.
pick up the second drag, going to be a Chem Drake. Fortunately, that's out of the pool now. We're going to see what the soul is going to be. Here's going to be a Hex Soul.
Gangplank is doing a lot of damage.
Fiora no longer has parry. Gangplank going to say, I'm going to run you down.
She had to flash for that, but she does get out of the Gangplank's grasp. He is pushing this very hard. Attempts. Vex has come up to assist with a turret dive, maybe?
Try. Fiora's parry is probably back up now, but not
Well
able to be pressing
played.
it.
The fear on Vex, whereas Nautilus is covering mid while all of this is happening, and Gangplank is able to get the first turret.
Viego, having all of this lane control, is easily able to get the top Rift Herald as well. Never
Yes.
contested on any objective yet.
Their top objective control is very well this game. They've got all 6 Void Grubs and now Herald.
Looks like Talia finally landing an R, getting followed straight by Vex.
Kept going on the Talia, not quite able to catch up until, but Vex is doing an immense amount of damage, being 6-0 with the best farm in the game.
And a fully
Matched
stacked
by
Dark
Aphelios.
Seal as well. They're going to Rift, get the mid tower again.
Gonna get another charge off of it.
The army of grubs being quite menacing at the moment. Lilia forced the flash. Viego getting a little bit drowsy, forced the flash.
Vex
out of
saving
range
the
of tower.
Viego. Okay, teleport down by Talia.
Talia back in the mid lane. Not really going to be able to do anything here, but at least gets the pressure off of Lilia in mid.
Able to let her go back to jungle. However, jungle will become less and less safe for Creighton Prep as they have lost top and mid tower.
Gangplank already getting second item. You can also see
Close escape by Nico, but the Viego chase down is very hard. Oh, Talia knocking him away. That was very
both
good.
able to escape out of
Everyone
that
makes it out.
situation. You can also see that Vex decided to buy a Magi's, really going in for the I'm going to carry this game angle.
Yes. Gangplank missed a barrel. Fiora
Fiora
coming
procking the
for
mark.
him. Oh,
Doesn't matter though, Gangplank just autos.
too much damage from the Gangplank. Lilia coming up. He can maybe do something.
Lilia not able to find the abilities here.
Oh,
Definitely see the issue
a
there.
lot
with
of damage.
having Rod of Ages, there's just no damage really coming out of
Not
this Lilia at the
enough.
moment. You see Aphelios
Well,
gets hooked.
Nice
Nico's
pick
gonna
by
try to
the
run down.
Nautilus.
Forces
He has
flash.
to flash. Kaisa's really low. They can't turn on this. But Vex has been getting mid this entire time.
Almost a 10k lead right now for Lincoln East.
Leaving as soon as she sees Talia.
Vex gates are open as well, so there will be quicker transportation around the map.
No objectives are up for a while. I expect Lincoln East will probably prioritize Dragon and Baron as they have been doing.
They don't even need to prioritize them. They just fall right into their hand.
Yes. Viego's clears have been very clean, so is Lilia's.
Yes, matching evenly with farm at least on both jungle sides.
Fiora
Fiora
runs
getting
right
pushed on.
into the gangplank and is now unable to do anything with no armor. Gangplank with 2.5 items, with Fiora only having 1.
Vex finding Nico with the R is going to decide to go in.
She's going in alone, but
Misses
her team is
Q,
coming.
unfortunately. Nico says, I'm going to knock you up. Doesn't do anything
Ulting
though.
on the Aphelios, coming
Vex is
in.
going to take it.
Gonna
Get another
keep
recast on
going.
her R. Vex may be drowsy, but it doesn't matter. There's no one to follow up.
Viego is pushing mid this entire time. There is no one left alive to stop him. Fiora has revived, but I don't know if she can beat the 4-0 Viego.
There is two. Viego does see this as
He
an
is going
issue
to run.
to decide, I
Okay.
don't want to be here anymore.
Bot lane is still pushing though. Kaisa may be able to get a tower.
The Magi's for Vex really coming in now. 20 whole stacks and a Storm Surge. The amount of burst on this Vex right now is insane.
We'll see 4 of their members have a ginormous bounty on them, with Kaisa and everyone on their team scaling.
Everyone having bounty. Vex having the biggest one, of course, for 1K
Yes.
gold.
8-0. Nautilus
not
stalling the
able to
Lilia,
stop
not
Lilia.
letting her anywhere
Lilia
near it.
getting caught out now.
Kaisa's coming.
Vex is
Vex
going to
ults
come in.
in.
Has another recast. Is
Going
to die
back
to Aphelios.
on the Aphelios. Okay.
There's going to be a TP
Fiora coming in.
Vex able to land another
Coming
one.
back. She is
Popping
now stuck
everyone.
though.
It's going to go
Going
back in on
in
Talia.
on the
Fiora
her
tries to
shield
farm.
from the W.
That's just unable to get killed there.
They are
Invincible.
unable to reach the Vex and Kaisa, which will probably be the end of this game.
Yes, that will be Lincoln East hopefully closing out the game here. A little bit of scuffle here.
Everyone low. Nautilus tanking tower.
Unfortunately, there's just no one big enough to clean up right now. Able to get the shutdown and Gangplank, but it doesn't matter.
Yep, the game is over.
This game will be going over to Lincoln East with a dominant performance.
Very well played. Okay. Want to look at the graphs here. We can see
Yes.
that Vex and Gangplank were definitely the biggest players in the game.
Vex able to turn out over 22,000 damage as compared to 7,000
of
on
the
Creighton
team.
Prep. There's just nobody on Creighton Prep that really got ahead, was able to do any significant amount of
Yes.
damage.
And the way things were looking, Viego and Kaisa would have scaled very hard, only getting farther and farther ahead.
Yes, and definitely a problem with the Creighton Prep team. A lot of squishy champions, really nobody
Yes.
that could tank anything that Vex or Gangplank was throwing at them. So that
No.
would really lead them to just not
Not a
having a good
solid
time
enough
overall.
front line.
Welcome everyone back to our Division One League of Legends Championships here at Concordia University. Just had a great first match between Lincoln East. Oh man, Lincoln East and Creighton Prep. We're now moving on to our match between, there it is, Lincoln East and Omaha Central. Go ahead and give us a rundown of our teams.
All right, so for Lincoln East, we've got Ethan Wynn as the top laner, Sauce Gardner, Jacob Islamov as the jungler, wanna hook up, Spencer Valenta as the mid laner, Turnip, Juan Kim as the AD carry, Juanton, Devin Erickson as the support, the neighbor's duck.
And on the Omaha Central side, we have Jaden Johnson in the top lane as a Volley Bear. We have Isaac in the jungle as Oh, help me. We have Isaias Gonzalez in the mid lane as Ghost Toast. Keaton Carver as the ADC, as Ultimatonist. And then we have Paul Newman in support as Grand Ginkgo.
So here we are. Again, championship match. Both these teams did see each other in regular season. He's winning that match. So kind of a revenge match here for Omaha Central. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll let you guys take it from here.
Right, we got the Nyla ban right out of the gate. Looks like they're worried about that.
Will there be any target bans this game on any certain player?
Definitely the Gangplank
Well, the
ban.
Gangplank is taken out. We saw that last game.
Nocturne as well.
No turning out the lights.
Taking out that jungler on Central.
Castante.
They're just banning out that top laner.
Very well. We did see a stellar performance coming in from him as well from last game. Silas going to be the last ban for Omaha Central here. Are they going to ban another top laner here?
Looks like they did.
They are. It could have been Camille support too, so
That's
dual
true.
ban, you never know.
All right,
Be
instant
Viego.
lock-in on
Instantly
Viego
locked.
again. That is definitely a priority for them.
What will be the response here from Omaha Central going into the Viego, though, is the real question. Thinking a little bit.
Volibear,
Going to be the
okay.
Volibear. Volibear and then
Instant
Kane
lock-in
insta-lock.
on both.
So will
Okay.
be Volibear top. Most likely Kane jungle.
Yes. Volibear is playing Volibear.
Very, I mean, they should have expected it. It's in the name. Gonna be picking up a Draven bot
That
lane
is
here.
strong early game. We'll see how the enemy decides to respond to that one.
Definitely. And the Vex pick up once again.
Okay, we saw Vex perform very well last game. See what happens this time.
Yes, very lane dominant. You're going to be picking up a Nico. We don't know where this Nico is going as exactly yet.
Yes.
Could be mid, could be support,
Yeah,
could be AD,
anywhere.
could be ADC. Once again, they can ban more top laners here.
Top lane is available to get made out.
Going to ban the Zac. Maybe they're scared of the Zac top lane. That has been prevalent as of recently.
That's true. Bruisers are getting stronger top lane.
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle
I'll
as
need
well?
carry.
Galen ban. Draven really wants to interact with the ADC, I see.
Yes.
Thinking hard. Is it going to be another top ban? No!
Nautilus, okay.
Nautilus picked up. Not going to be
Nautilus
able to run that
Draven
pick
would
back.
be very strong.
It's great. Comes
Double
through.
hook. Okay. Samira,
Ooh,
okay.
Very aggressive Samira pick here. Very
However,
aggressive.
Samira
bot
is
lane.
much weaker early. She's got an item spike with her first 2 to 3 items. So that's interesting to pick into a Draven who's stronger early. Maybe she's just going for late game.
She could be going for late game, trying to maybe get some early kills. I just think that's going to be a very hard lane
Yes.
for Samira to be trying to
going to
play
be
out.
very hard.
Especially with a Leona. If
Who can
Samira
just
goes in,
engage,
she's
yeah.
just going to get stunned out of her ultimate.
There's the
No.
Yorick. That was banned last game, but this time they are able
They
to
missed
play
one.
it. They missed one of the 4 top laners.
Looks
they
like it's going to
banned.
be Maokai support, Nico mid lane.
Okay, so the Nico was the mid. They've got 2 engaged supports, but Draven is stronger early, so we'll see how this early game plays out.
You also will see, is Kane going to go blue in this game, maybe?
That's
He could go
true.
red. I think red is very strong at the moment, especially since the buffs have
And
hit.
how easy it would be if he got caught out by any of them. He could get instantly annihilated as blue Kane. I think red Kane is his better option here.
Yes, and it's kind of very easy for him to stack, especially with the York, Viego, Leona.
Yes.
Three people that can give him access to
However,
red.
they do want to find a way to reach Draven somehow, although that might be Samira's job.
You're
Like-
really going to be looking for, I believe, probably the Naniko-y, the Kane
Yes.
going in there, maybe knocking him up with the red form, or Maokai pressing W and R-ing in team fights.
Disrupting everyone.
I feel like the Maokai R and the Nico R are going to be really big game changers, really team fighty kind of team here coming from Omaha Central.
Especially if they can layer Maokai, Nico, and Samira ult. That could be very big.
You can also see, is there going to be split push pressure coming in with the Yorick as well?
Definitely with the Yorick. I don't know many Yoriks that do a bunch of team fighting.
So thinking of matchups here, I think Volibear is a pretty good champ in the York, especially with how strong Volibear is early and throughout the mid-game. He's a very powerful champion.
I definitely don't think he wants to fight him. However, if Yorick lands his E and gets all of his ghouls on the Volibear, he might be able to out-damage him, but definitely not. Probably Volibear with the level 1 advantage.
Yes, York really, I don't believe, is going to be able to do much, only, though, if he gets his R up. And if he brings out the
level
wife,
6 spike.
He's going to be able to hopefully maybe match the sustain that Volibear is able to keep up.
Yes.
I am most worried about for matchup-wise is the bot lane here.
Yes, me
Samira
too.
getting caught. Like, Maokai has to disengage the Draven. If he can't get on top of the Draven, the Samira is going to just pop instantly.
And Samira is outranged by Draven, so the poke from his basic attacks, which do a lot of damage, will be rough early.
Yeah, so they're really going to be trying to play for 6, maybe trying to just get an all-in.
Yeah, wait for Kane's form to come in, Samira to get her first couple items.
Definitely, especially with Samira just really not being able to poke that much.
Whereas it looks like Lincoln East is just going for winning it early, like Vex and Draven and Leona. Yorick just split pushing, drawing pressure top.
You know, they have very dominant champs, each one having their own level of carry potential, you could say.
Yep.
I really feel like Nico might have a hard time with her R, especially with the sustain on most of these champions, with Vex being able to shield, Viego saying, I'm just going to W you and heal off of you.
Yes. Vex, she also outranges Nico pretty heavily. A pretty rough matchup, actually. It might be a counter to Nico.
Definitely could. I could see Nico hitting some E's through wave, landing some Qs, but I just think it doesn't match the poke that Vex really has with just all of her abilities and especially the fear.
All right, so we're in. All right.
Again, anything fun? No flashes in the top lane. It is both ghost teleport.
All right.
At least they are matching
each other down the lane. We do have an exhaust from the Maokai for the hard engage they have.
Will be very good if he can apply that on the Draven.
Yes.
Not allowing him to deal the damage that he needs to do. You can also see that Turnip, instead of bringing teleport this time, is going to go with the ignite for the early kill pressure.
Much more aggressive against Nico, who I believe he beats early.
Kane bringing Dark Harvest, which is a sign of blue Kane, unfortunately.
Yes, interesting. They might have a different strategy planned.
I could definitely see him maybe trying to go for snipes on the Draven or the Vex.
Yes,
definitely
taking
could.
them out early with the nice pick. Neither team, again, seems to be invading.
Ball just hovering, trying to do some form of 5-point, more like 4-point here though.
Nico is pretending to be Samira as it shows on the mini-map, but that Samira that is top is actually Nico.
Nothing really being shown out here. I really believe that. None. I mean, they both have slightly good engages. You have Leona, you have Maokai. They can press W, but it's just they're kind of equal on that mark.
Not really a strong level 1 like Blitzcrank or Nautilus.
Yeah. I believe the only really strong level 1 here is on Lincoln East side right now.
Yep.
Both jungles starting bot side once again with a full leash. Gonna see here Volibear trying to get his early lane dominance out and running, stacking up that passive.
You do notice that Viego did not use his smite on the red buff. For whatever reason, he is saving it.
There we go. We an overview of their little stat lines down there. Volibear taking early lane dominance in the York, as he usually does.
Yep. York can't really do anything yet.
Somehow, Samira and Maokai able to push out a level 2 in the bot lane. 3-4. Going to be matched, though, not really able to make good use of that. Leona able to land. Stun.
Maokai was able to push it off very smartly because Leona's level 2 is incredibly strong. If she stays on that Samira was most likely dead.
It's a very good disengage there from Maokai.
Maybe why they picked it.
Fully able to get a shield, but he is taking a lot of damage here from the wave.
York might be able to, if he lands an E, outpoke the volley here.
Really, York didn't clear out the York minions that entire time, so he was just taking a whole lot of damage there.
York definitely won that trade, but Volibear has more mana than.
More mana and more sustain, I would say. Although we will see, Volibear did start here first, so he doesn't really have that.
Yes, he doesn't have the damage yet.
Not that damage, nor that.
Draven is dealing a ton of damage in the background here, just dealing out basic attacks after basic attacks.
Hera walking up here.
So much damage.
Getting met with an axe to the face. Lane really struggling here to try to catch what CS they can into this Draven at the moment.
She is definitely being out-farmed for the moment.
York with a very fat slow push in the top wave. Volibear able to catch the entirety of that top wave. We have Kane and Viego seeing each other in the bot side.
Kane has a camp up on
You see the roam up from Leaking East's bot lane. Going to catch out Maokai here.
On the Maokai, I don't think they can kill him, but it did quite a bit of damage. Volibear is taking a lot of damage from these ghouls here.
That's definitely getting a little bit poked out of his lane right now here. Like having such little mana, he's not going to be able to all in at the moment.
York is out of mana though. I don't think he can finish off the Volibear just yet. Push it another wave though. Vex being very aggressive with the Nico. Nice shield to.
So much Vex damage though coming out. It doesn't matter. It just
Vex can definitely out damage Nico early.
Nico's going to be looking more for the team fight angle, I believe, here than actually winning out lane. It's very hard to win versus a Vex. She has so much control with her abilities.
I believe Samira and Maokai win their lane if they just don't give Draven any kills early, which they have been doing very well. As long as Samira can make it to late game, they can pull even.
Yes, no first bloods being pulled out. A perfect gold, pretty much matched up here. Both 7.3.
Yorick is 10 minions up on Volibear.
See on first backs, you have Draven picking up his first lethality item.
Interesting.
He going for the collector first
Definitely
here.
going for damage. No defense there. Nice dodge on the Samira. Her W is crucial to defense. It's her only defensive item. Nico pretending to be Samira again.
Fiona going for a roam up to the mid lane here.
Right.
Nico
they don't have any
doesn't
vision.
have any vision.
They don't know she's there.
Fiona finally deciding to show. Nico most likely just going to be with a W. Is still caught anyways though.
Alright, Nico played that very well. Leona's going up to help Viego with grubs. Kane is not there yet. Coming, most likely. Draven is all alone. If he gets engaged on by the Maokai, I don't think he has a lot of disengage other than his need to escape. Doesn't seem to know they're there either.
Chilling in the bush.
Maokai did reveal himself.
Wanting to land his route, not getting close enough though.
Don't even think about it.
You can definitely see the dominance in top lane is coming out with the York with 44 to 17 lead.
Yes. The Volibear has not been letting him poke him out this time. He is 2 levels under Yorick.
See, that's power spike just by buying a single Sheen on York.
Yes.
He does so much more damage. Look at that.
Yes. We see a big damage difference.
You can see he is 2 levels ahead of Volibear at the moment as well.
Volibear has yet to get a damage item with tier, boots, and an armor item.
Here's just trying to weather the storm in top lane.
Yep.
First drag looking to go to the side of Omaha Central here.
Draven attempting to steal it, but not quite fast.
Nico always reverting back to the Samira.
Doric landing and
Bully not having a very interactive time into the top lane anymore.
back to Samira.
Still, no first blood in the first 8 minutes, but there is a almost 1K lead coming out of Lincoln East at the moment.
Yes. Volibear is unable to collect very much form at all. He is definitely getting poked out here.
I would definitely maybe suspect maybe a dive from York here. He's going to be aggressive here, but he's going to end up taking a little bit more than I believe he wanted to.
A lot of power for that.
We also have Kane now hovering bot side.
They know they don't want to fight
Maokai
this.
trying to hop on the Draven. Kane
Got
finally
on the
running
Draven.
in.
Samira's not level 6 though,
He
which
does have
would
6. There's an exhaust on Draven.
unable to finish either of them off with the damage they currently have. They were only able to push them under tower very low and without any mana on the Draven.
Lane deciding to back off here now. Still, nothing is
Viego
coming
and
out
Kane
yet.
are at a point where they could run into each other because
Yeah.
Viego is stealing Kane's camps.
He is now on his red buff as well.
Yes.
Nico
will figure
might
out-
be with Kane, but instead of going back to mid lane, Kane is
Volibear.
going to find a little bit of surprise.
Volibear
Volibear decides to dive in on the York. York taking a third tower
taking
shot.
tower. That was incredible
blood.
by the Volibear.
York.
Viego only barely making it out after 2 turret shots.
Here's York's lane dominance has finally been punished, getting a little too close to death there underneath the tower.
A little too aggressive there, taking way too much tower. That was very well played with the Vex ult.
Neither, unfortunately, going
Yeah.
to be dying there in the mid lane. Definitely a trade of ults there, as well as the ignite from the Vex.
Yes. Okay, she will push out the wave. Nico's teleport is not up yet, so she will lose this wave most likely. But then it's even again. Leona going for the Maokai, who is a level up without her Draven.
We have seen now they have finally hit level 6 in the bot lane, so
They
finally
might be able to do something now. As Samira and Maokai, they have a lot of all-in potential.
There is going to be
Draven's
Viego
not
appearing.
with them. And they're just backing off. Okay.
they did have vision on the Viego there, so they were able to get back to safety.
Kane going for grubs possibly.
Very good. Deny the 5 grub spike.
Yes, they don't want them to get the,
Don't want to deal with the army of grublings yet again.
especially with a Yorick, which is probably the best thing he could possibly have.
Yes, being met by both his mid and top, those grubs are going to be going over.
Vex coming up with the Viego. Try something here.
They are getting collapsed on right now. Viego able to land a stun, getting on top.
Taken
Is not
out,
able
though.
to
He's
take out
all
Kane quite
alone.
fast enough, though. Looks like, oh, a
Draven
Draven
ult
ult coming in.
That took a nice kill for him.
And Draven is able to cash out from bot lane. And
That was well placed by Draven, giving him that kill and bounty.
very well played from Draven there, helping with the
Very
team
low
fight.
on mana. I don't think they want to engage here with Leona going
But
in.
they,
If
Omaha
can
Central
focus-
says, I want to engage here. Maokai
Focus
going to
the
throw down the
Samira.
R. Leona getting focused down, not the correct target though.
played.
Draven able
Leona
to just,
makes it out. Draven taking a lot of damage.
I really feel the target
Leona
selection
cannot
there.
go back in. Draven's out of mana. They want to back off here. Kane's coming down.
I I believe the target selection there is what
Yes.
caused that. They kept focusing on the low health Leona. Draven was just able to get off
He was
3
able
autos
to
over and
hit
over
them.
again.
Yes. Need to focus the AD carry down. Leona played that very well, stunning the Samira and then running away, drawing their fire.
See Omaha Central here, getting some dragon control. Might be prepping for the next drag coming up. It is going to be an Infernal.
Might run into people here.
Trying to catch out the
Gets
Viego
caught.
here. He's going to be R'd by Nico.
And he was taken out just like that. Well played.
Vex not able to roam fast enough there to help whatsoever. It appears they're going to be taking this advantage and just go straight to the Infernal drag.
Don't believe Lincoln East can contest this. However, Yorick is just taking free tower up top. Volibear, despite killing him, can't really do much against Yorick still.
As he's still in a 50 gold, 50 CS deficit.
Yeah, which is well worth its weight in kills.
You can see a gold advantage starting to creep up here for the side of Lincoln East, especially with Draven being able to cash out on all of his stacks.
Yorick looking to take the tower, but Volibear is not having it.
Yorick does not care, he says. He's going to keep poking Volibear right under tower.
Keep pushing him in oppressively. Leona looking for the Samira alone here. Draven can't come up.
Relatively deep. He's going to fall back.
Meets back with Maokai just below mid. Vex wandering towards it. They can probably collapse here better than the mid laner.
Maokai doesn't know.
And they're
It's getting
going
Vex
in.
hard.
Okay.
He's instantly exploded.
Vex is trapped here without Leona. Nope, Leona's come back.
There.
Will they go in?
Kane is going to try to go in here. Able to land a W. Q's in. Has his R inside
His
Vex.
ult.
Vex able to shield it though.
Samira is able to grab the kill.
Oh,
Draven
almost
is
a
not
huge
getting
Nico R.
caught though. Samira makes it up to him, but he is doing so much damage.
That was going
Leona
to be a
is
shutdown on Draven.
Kane catching him, but being able to get the Kane on the Leona. Yorick teleported down, but he could not get the Nico.
Not able to catch that Nico there. Going to NSeSA.
Diego could come to
going
catch
mid
the
lane.
top wave because he's up stealing Kane's Krugs.
But I really
Looks
feel
like-
like Yorick here is just going to decide, I'm going to take the mid tower now.
Yes,
Yep, he
with
drops
his
Rift
Herald.
Arrows.
Okay.
May not have even needed the damage there. He could have just taken it
Probably
himself.
get 2 towers. Yeah, it looks like he's going for the second tower
Decided
as
to
well.
go right back in there, but there is a Maokai creeping up behind him, especially with Nico. Not going to decide to engage. Kind of a good choice, especially with the Maiden still being
And
full
his
health.
mana being so low. I don't think he could win a fight there. Volibear being collapsed on top, but he has Ghost. Unless they
Lots of
can
Ghost.
CC him. Yep, okay.
Ooh, ends
The
up getting
fear and
feared
the
and ulted
stun were
by
too
Diego.
much. Okay.
Oh, Leona finding
all
Maokai.
alone.
Fighting a little bit for vision control here. Trying to take out the
Draven's
control
coming
ward.
up,
It's forced out,
not letting
unfortunately.
him get that control ward. But they get it now.
He says, I'm going back in. Leona is going to
Leona
miss
does
the E.
not want him to have that.
It's like a small fight coming down in bot side.
Top lane.
Vex able to land a lot of poke damage here. Kane says, I'm going to run through the wall though, but get kicked out onto the other side. Doesn't matter though.
Vex has her fear up, but Flash.
Kane's looking to go back
Okay.
in though right now.
She runs
Able to
right
get
into
knockup.
the Kane, who did go red Kane. It was not addressed, but Yorick being able to get a clean double kill off of this.
And Volibear under a very
Probably
low health
going
tower.
to poke the Volibear as well. Doesn't look like he's going for the
Volibear
tower.
is just trying to weather the storm right now, not really being able to do anything to this Yorick. The amount of pressure he's able to emit. Leona trying to find it engaged.
Diego has pushed mid this entire time and got a tower because of it. The pressure being drawn top is done very effectively.
Yes, they're really pushing the gold advantage with getting all these objectives and towers, especially stifling it into almost a 6K lead right now. It
Yes.
looks like 6, 7K.
Samira cannot fight the Draven Leona right now.
Fear really is going to struggle to fight anyone, I believe.
Yes.
Especially with all these champions able to stun her and Fear get her out of what she wants to be able to do.
Somehow reach the Vex without being stunned. It's not looking well for her.
Volibear going Jack Show first item. Very interesting.
Just trying to survive at that point. Looks like he's going a tank Volibear build rather than a magic.
Oh, Samira able to waddle out of here, but there is 4 bot side at the moment.
Kayn, they have a severe disadvantage with Volibear, Kayn, and Nico not being here. They are most likely just going to get caught out here. Possibly even turret diving the Samira.
5 bot side, my apology. Everyone there. Nico able to push in onto mid tower
Volibear
now.
might get this tower drop.
Looks like
They
Kayn just
catch
gets caught
Kayn.
out here though. Tries
His
to
healing
get out.
is not enough. He's just doesn't have health right now. Leona is stalling the both bot laners.
Nico gets
Vex
slammed by a
making
Vexar.
it to the Vex.
Nico
Not
trying
able
hard.
to do anything, unfortunately.
The Vex
Going
damage
up
is
to
so
stop
high.
the Volibear. She will not be able to prevent him from taking this tower,
Does
but
have her R though.
she
Able
is
to
willing to
hit
fight
it
him,
on the
I guess.
Volibear. Volibear decided, I need to get out of here right
he's
now.
ulting to get out. Vex does quite a bit of damage, but she's not as fed as games we've seen before.
Bot lane looking to finally achieve that bot tower. Diego being a little bit
Samira and
dangerous
Maokai are
top
being
side.
dragged top lane. They could keep pushing this, but it looks like they're choosing to back instead.
Diego leading out after stealing a little bit of the red side.
Yorick is definitely causing a lot of pressure here.
You have to see a giant shutdown on York right now. 500 gold.
Forcing people to come to him, but even then, he has team support and they might be able to kill them.
You can also see that they are able, it's going to be an Ocean Drake this game, which
Yes.
is bad news for whoever's stacking Drake, especially the side of Lincoln East, being able to be just continuously helping
Diego
their
coming.
tank.
Samira had a nice W blocking that Vex ult, preventing the engage, which was what they were hoping for there. Very nicely played.
They just can't walk up, they can't fight. It's going to be Lincoln East
Yorick
looking to
pushing
try to
top.
get fights here.
They either have to abandon mid or let Yorick take top.
They're going to try the 2v1 York, but I don't think,
I think
they
Yorick
will have the
wins
damage.
this. He's ulting in.
They're sending
They're
everyone
flash-
to try to
Nico
deal with this York.
dashing in, and they take him out. Of course, the rest of his team is collapsing from behind them. Leona's CC isn't enough. Her ult misses. Vex gets stunned. Draven's a little too close. Kayn does not have ult.
Here. Not able to land anything though. on
Maokai
Kayn.
gets on the Draven, but he's all alone. No one can follow up with damage, and he gets taken out. Volibear does not do any damage, and he is annihilated by the fed Draven.
Took an army to kill that York and topside and just gave them enough time for an entire collapse just to go up and
Yes.
say, I'm going to win now.
Yorick stalled long enough and did enough damage that they just could not stop the rest of the team.
You can also see Draven with the pure damage.
Yes.
Pure damage right now, an IE and a collector.
They're
He's
doing
going
very
to
good at
so
protecting
much.
him as well with the Leona.
They're going to try to go for a Baron play here.
I don't
There is
think
no vision though near it though. They might have a suspicion though, I would say,
I would
especially after
say
getting
so.
team
Kane's
wiped.
on the other side of the map though, and they're unable to contest this.
York with the Baron is not going to be a fun time whatsoever.
He does not have teleport up, but he will still probably be able to go to any lane and push it.
Thinking he's going for a reset after
Looks
that
like he's
Baron.
going bot lane, and everyone else will probably see them go mid.
Okay, so Kayn here decided to go red Kayn. He is building blue Kayn items though.
Yes.
Which is a form of
Interesting.
playing Kayn, but I really believe they need that tankier, more life-stealy front line for the
Yeah.
side of Omaha Central.
The unkillableness of Red Kayn is normally paired with unkillable items, but we'll see if this is how he plays it. Catching Viego out, he can actually do damage with this build.
Sun is able to dodge the Viego
The
R though
heal-
here. Diego trying to be a little flashy with his flash.
His
but
heal. Diego was almost able to turn that, but not quite. It became a basic attack fest, and
Kane
Kane
finally having to
flashes
flash
to
away
get,
from the Draven,
away
unfortunately.
from him. One basic attack could probably end him, especially with his ult down, and Leona is looking for it.
There will
Without
be.
Kane, they are cornering them here.
Nico and Maokai are just cornering. but Nico's
Draven
able to get a big
is
ult.
hit into the entire team and taken out quickly. This is Leona and Yorick, though, which can do a lot of damage if Leona can stun them for him.
It'll be a good catch out for the side of Omaha Central.
Yes,
but
they
will
caught
it be
Draven
enough?
way out of position, blasting into the fight. However, they still have Baron, and Yorick looks like he's going to push bot. Vex abandoned the push mid, so
Yorick going to create a lot of pressure here.
Yes.
We already saw he has to be met by at least 3 people to be taken down. He's just so far ahead.
looks like he's leaving because his team is pressuring nothing. They're going to go fall back to Dragon. Central has taken 2 Dragons, but they cannot challenge this with their Kane on the other side of the map and no one in position to rotate to it.
I mean, it looks like Samira's getting caught out.
But
Nowhere
she's running,
to run.
but she can only run to his team,
This
which
going to
is
be taken out by the York.
unfortunate.
Maokai also maybe caught out here.
Running towards his Kane
York
for
just
help.
continues running. Kane's going to fall in.
These are 2 tanky champions, though.
Needs the press R here.
Surrounded by the Nico.
Able to get out. That definitely was a sticky situation there.
We're taking tower again. He may just abandon.
Nico does have R here. Is going to R the York.
Maybe able to do
Hold him
enough
under
damage.
tower.
He just
York says
fused
no.
her under tower and takes her out. He did die for that though, which might not be what they wanted there.
Maokai not able to really do anything here with the pressure on bot side tower.
Diego is stalling Kane without
beat
ult
Kane
though.
again.
Kane might be
Kane
nope,
able
he
to clean up the
still is
Diego.
able to win that fight.
Still, bot lane
Vex
very
coming
far
for him.
pushed up right now.
This is just Draven and Leona, whereas there's 3 of them. Volibear is leaving to defend against the Vex, though, and it looks like Lincoln East is just backing off, probably taking a reset.
Fair enough. They did have their 2 very strong players fall off, but they are
Yes.
still very strongly ahead right now with an 8K gold lead.
A team fight definitely benefits Lincoln East, I would say, unless Samira can get a solid ult on.
Yes, but she really is only sitting on 1 item right now, so
Yep.
I believe even with 1 ult, it's really not going to do much, especially with Draven sitting on 3.
Yes, 6 and 2 on the Draven. He's doing a bunch of damage. However, one fight we did see him get caught out and he was immediately annihilated. He has no health and can't really do anything if he gets stunned.
Going full raw damage items, that is going to happen. He is, especially with the Nico, able to find some sneaky ults here.
Kane's here. Diego is across the map though, which is one of their damage dealers.
York
Samira
able to
takes
land an E here.
damage, a lot of it from Samira. Volibear is just pushing top. Diego is choosing to ignore it, just jungling, taking jungle camps from Kane again, which he's been doing all game. He's definitely got the farm advantage to show for it, being 50 CS up on the Kane. They are just pushing top, ignoring the bot lane, it looks like, which is getting pushed in hard by the Yorick.
Maokai trying to match, but it's going to be forced to flash there with
Yes.
the York and Draven ult coming through.
Yorick just
York does not care right
ignoring
now.
them.
He's going to decide, I'm going to queue you under tower. I'm going to tank like 5
Three
tower shots here, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to come back.
And take more.
Unfortunately, the Maiden keeps proccing tower on him, though.
Yes. He is going to have to leave here and run towards his team, which are
finding
Kane immediately taking out that Draven. That's getting caught there by the Draven, which is exactly what Central needs to keep doing if they want to win this game.
Bad Kane there was unfortunately R'd by Leona and caught out by Viego just coming down.
The pick was returned. Kane definitely being their best player.
We'll see two very strong objectives coming up. It will be Soul Point, or, well, Soul Point coming from either team when they get this straight, because they're stacking up.
Baron's been up for a long time, but neither team has gone for it.
I can definitely see maybe Lincoln East trying to go for a Baron here. Although Ocean Drag is okay, it's not really going to be the best in the world for them.
Yeah. It's neither team's soul point, so they're tied on Dragons 2-2.
Omaha Central is going to go snag
Setting
vision
up
on
for
Baron here.
York choosing to just push mid as hard as he can. Samira is bot.
York
Possibly leaving
might
to
be
rotate.
collapsed on here though. There are 4 right behind him.
Can't outchase him using Ghost. He turns around, willing to
Absolutely.
fight the Kane.
Almost one-shot Kane.
He is
Nico
caught by
hard.
3 other people though.
He is still
exhausted
alive here.
and Volibear ulted. He has nowhere to
3
run with the
major
Maokai
teamfight
ult.
ults.
Samira was caught out in the jungle, which we did not see, but 3 people were able to collapse on her, rotating up towards the Yorick.
They can't even contest Dragon.
They immediately take Dragon off of it and look to fight, it looks like, with Samira gone. Nope, they're just gonna go mid.
Very unfortunate. All from Omaha Central. They blew every single one of their ults there, trying to get the York.
Kane made it out of that though, escaping the York just barely.
York able to soak up so much pressure. They will be starting to hover around Baron here.
Yorick does have teleport though, if he wants to teleport bot or top. Either way, he could just push in a lane and they would have to, Central would have to pull off of Baron.
Going to be a little cheeky here, doing a little bit of posturing on the side of Lincoln East.
No official vision controlled by either, only 2 wards are placed.
Still hovering around Baron here. Their vision is going to expire though, so they're not going to know what they're exactly doing.
Baron was started maybe accidentally, but it looks like they're just going for it.
Looks like they're able to get more vision back on it though, so they know Baron is taking
Central
damage right
does
now.
know.
Does
They take the ward. Maokai taking a lot of damage from that Yorick.
There's going to be no contest on the Baron simply due to York just creating so much pressure
So much
in the back.
All right, it looks like Yorick is teleporting straight up to bot lane and just gonna push that, whereas the rest of the team will push mid and Vex will go top, maybe.
They want to
They're
respond
all
to this York
coming
here.
for the Yorick, but that supports the rest of his team in being able to push. If he can just stall them for
3
long
mid
enough,
at the
the
moment.
rest can take them out, and he gets annihilated. But
Meanwhile,
mid tower is being pushed
going
in.
to fall
Vex
here.
is bringing it up. Nico teleports to Vex. No, Volibear teleports, but is forced to come mid anyway.
They are
get
going to
caught.
engage here though.
Vex coming in from the side on the squishies. We can't see what's happening, but she kills Kane. Volibear catching her.
Vex just
Diego,
creating chaos in the
Draven
backline
just
here.
not being caught, dealing damage from the back and just escaping everything.
You can see Samira wasn't able to get into the fight there.
No,
He held back.
do anything.
That's going to be an inhib falling. Lincoln East getting an advantage. And they're just going to waddle
Moving to
up
the
there at the top
Volibear.
side.
Some Leona tanking tower for them to walk past.
Viego does not have R at the moment. There's only Samira, of course.
They cannot siege this for long with 4 people being there, so they're just going to take a reset. York is coming back though, and he's just going to return right back to split pushing and drawing the entire team to him while the rest of the team just pushes those other lanes.
no objectives up right now. Both teams, you might see some maybe 4-1 coming in through the side of Lincoln East here, having York just create more pressure as he always does.
We will see an almost 10K gold advantage in the favor of Lincoln East, as well as obviously a structure advantage, having taken more towers.
Kane finding Leona, not going to be able to do anything though. Leona being very tanky.
Yep.
Trying to get vision control back inside their jungle.
Yorick is just waiting top, perhaps waiting to meet Kane there. It appears he's
Here's
not
York is
engaged.
still waiting. Might be trying to find a time to strike. Decides not to.
Just waits there in the bush. Vex is starting to push bot lane, which could be what Yorick's waiting for. A second
Looks like
pressure.
Kane is
Kane
going to be
walks
able to meet
right
Yorick.
into his trap and
Has
has
to
to flash
instantly
away.
flash, but
Although
isn't enough.
Yorick is ghosting and is able to chase him, misses the E again and
unfortunately.
cannot chase him. He's just gonna keep pushing this top lane. The entire red team is right there except for Samira, but they're not going for the Yorick because Yorick has backed off.
Kane being able to pick up his 4th item now.
Diego has been doing very well keeping up his farm. He's still 50 CS ahead of the Kane, which is a big advantage.
And Kane really only having all of his money from all of his kills, but he's unfortunately just going 1 for 1 with almost every fight he takes. It's because he doesn't have that sustain that Red Kane kind of needs. He doesn't have that swiftness that Blue Kane gives you.
We might see him build a Jack Show or something late game.
Once again,
Kane is caught out
Kane getting
again.
caught out by York, bushwooking. Gonna heal back up to full
Reduces
though.
his entire health, and Yorick is annihilated.
York dies, but they are able to
But
claim
bot
soul
lane
point.
is pushing very hard, and their team got Ocean Soul. Diego flashing and taking
Flashing
the
on
Samira out.
Samira able to
She
stack
does
up her R.
a
It's
lot
just
of damage,
no damage
but
though.
Diego's shield was just too much, and now he is able to. Nope. Kane takes him out cleanly with his health disadvantage and begins to push mid hard.
Maokai getting vision bot side here. Trying to have a little bit of control over their jungle.
The game's nearing 35 minutes. Death cooldowns are very long, as we can see on Diego, who still has 30 seconds before he can revive.
It's especially going to be harder for York, especially if he gets caught out more. So we might have to
Yes.
play a little bit safer because such long, like 60-second long death
60
timers
seconds death
will
timers.
really give the enemy team a really long amount
If
of
they
time.
can kill him, they take him out for a minute of the game. Vex looking to do something here.
Hopefully, yeah, gonna
York
R
and
onto the
I,
Nico.
and
Able to get a triple
taking
fear.
out. They're gonna go on the Maokai next.
Maokai really can't do anything, having full armor items, but Vex is gonna just burst
So
him.
much damage between the two of them. They got a 2 for no trade, looking to stop the Kane from pushing and the Volley Bear from pushing as well.
Oh, there. Still, he's gonna be able to be very tanky here, though.
Diego is starting to do a lot damage with his Kraken Slayer and
Kane's
sustain
looking
item.
for a pick. Gets
Kane
instantly feared, then
Feared
stunned.
out of the Vex, but he still has ult. He's gonna come out full health,
No,
and
no,
he
just
gets
gets
annihilated by
instantly
Vex. Samira and Volibear are the last ones left to defend, with Nico and Maokai responding in roughly 10 seconds.
York doesn't have a wave here in bot side. Finally is met with one.
Mid
Samira
is
trying to kill his
pushing
wife.
in, even while Yorick is stalling Samira. They get the inhibitor.
And hit yet again, falling once again. York
Samira
says he
flashing
doesn't care
on
about
the
the tower.
Yorick, but just annihilating that. Vex ult on the Samira and takes her out
Vex ult.
cleanly.
Nico tries to do anything, not able to get anyone though
Vex
inside the ult.
ult on the Nico as well, who tries to flash away but cannot.
Misses the second recast of the Vex ult, unfortunately, but I don't believe it matters here. With the amount of pressure that Lincoln East has right now through the mid
There's
lane.
so much damage, and York just does so much damage to towers. Taken out one by one. They're unable
Caught
to defend
over and over. That
as
is going to be
they
an
take
ace
their base and
for
win the
Lincoln
game.
East. And they are going to be
Well played by both teams.
well played. And that makes Lincoln East
The
our
winner
winners.
of the
First place finalists.
Division 1 first place finalists, Lincoln East.
Very well played game from both sides, but you definitely saw that Lincoln East had
Yes.
they had control over the game. They had the edge there. So that's
Again,
going to
Samira
York.
was not able to get strong enough. Vex and Yorick again popping off as they
York able to just create so much pressure just
Yep.
by side laning the
Kane
entirety of the
did
game.
very well though, considering
Kane did, but the problem he just
couldn't carry it.
he couldn't do much once he got into
Yeah.
the battle. He could trade 1 for 1, maybe get a little bit more damage off, but just I didn't like his combination of items. I liked what he was trying to do, but he just didn't have that dive and weave type beat he
A
was trying to go
sustained
for.
build might have helped him more in able to survive and then helping the Samira get in there because she never really got a clean engage.
Yeah, there was no pure team fight that really
No.
they wanted to look for with the
Just a
Maokai,
bunch
Nico,
of
and
picks.
Samira.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to Lincoln East on a state championship. We're going to transition to some players. Again, thank you guys for helping us today. This was great. So give us a minute as we transition to our next players' interviews.